Donkeys are not fit to compete with horses, but they mock the horses that have been defeated. And this is not just a quote, it's a reflection of the bitter truth about the world we live in. A world where those who never try laugh the hardest when others fail. It's a donkey who never ran a race, never carried warriors into battle, never charged into fire, that mocks the war-hardened horse who stumbles once. And that's how society behaves. The lazy mock the hardworking, the talentless mock the ambitious. Today, I want to talk to the dreamers, the fighters, the risk takers, those who ran when others stood still, and those who now face ridicule, not for doing nothing, but for daring greatly. This is your story, and this is a voice reminding you, you are not alone. Imagine a grand field where horses train. They run, sweat, bleed, fall, and rise again. They carry the weight of kings, the dream of nations. Now imagine a donkey. It does not train, it does not run. It has never carried a warrior, never heard cheers of victory. But when a horse falls, it brays, loud, mocking. You see, the donkey does not know the weight of courage. It knows only the ease of comfort, but its voice is loud because it feels big in the shadow of someone else's fall. That's a metaphor of life. In every community, in every school, in every workplace, you will find donkeys. People who stay in their comfort zone, never try, never sacrifice, but they are always ready to laugh at those who tried and stumbled. And somehow, their voice feels louder than your own. But remember, the donkey laughs because it cannot understand why. Let me give you a real-world example. Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, who rose from the army and gave his nation pride, justice, and a dream. He fought corruption. He told Africa to stand on its own feet. And then what happened? His own friend betrayed him. He was assassinated, not by foreign enemies, but by fellow Africans. What did the people do? Many remained silent. Some even mocked his dreams. That's how donkeys behave. When a horse falls, they forget the journey. They forget the sacrifice. Ethiopia had her own, Haile Selassie, who stood before the League of Nations and warned the world about fascism, a king and voice of Africa, but in his latter years, mocked and blamed by his own people. You see, when you rise too high, the small-hearted wait for your fall. They wait not to help you, but to say, I told you so. But they never told you anything. They were just waiting for the fall to justify their failure to try. Look around you today. Social media has become the loudest donkey. And a singer makes a bold music. A troll says it's trash. A runner misses one gold medal and they call him a loser. A student drops out suddenly and everyone who never opened a book has an opinion on him. But here is the truth. The people who mock rarely create, and the ones who laugh at him are the ones who scared to even begin. Who mocks inventors, people who never built. Who mocks writers, people who never wrote. And who mocks leaders, people who never lead. That's the way of the world. But if you are a horse, if you are a runner, a builder, a fighter, you must understand this one thing. You are mocked not because you are weak, but because you are brave. Why does it hurt so much when the ones who do nothing mock us? Because it makes us feel like our efforts mean nothing. If even the donkey laughs, maybe we truly are finished, right? No, their voice is not a mirror. It's an echo of their fear. Your fall makes them feel better about their stagnation. Your loss makes them feel like they made the right choice by doing nothing. But they didn't. You lost in battle. They never left the village. Would you rather be the soldier who fell with a sword in hand or the man who stayed home and watched? History honors the wounded warrior. It never remembers the safe coward. They tell you Steve Jobs failed early, but do they tell you he got back up? They tell you Bob Marley spoke, but do they tell you how he changed the world with one guitar? They mocked even Nelson Mandela in jail. But who is remembered now? The mocked often become the monuments, and the mockers are forgotten. The ones who fall with courage are remembered far more than those who stood still with fear. So the next time you are laughed at, smile. Because history is watching and it knows the difference between the horse and the donkey. To the musician whose song was rejected, make another. To the student who failed, study again. To the entrepreneur who went broke, build again. Let the donkey laugh, it's all it knows how to do. But you were built to run, built to fall, and built to rise again. Even if no one claps when you succeed, even if they laugh when you fail, you keep going, because the race is not for applause. The race is for legacy. The donkey brays, the horse runs, one stays in the mud, one races toward history. In life, choose your path wisely. You can mock or you can try. You can laugh or you can build. You can stay in safety of nothingness, or you can fall in the fire of greatness. To everyone watching this, let them laugh. You rise, because horses fall, but donkeys never try to run.